Jim Jones has caused a storm. Let's talk about the Jim Jones, Cameron, Mace, and 50 Cent issue. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion with your guy Alize. Don't forget to subscribe. So, yeah, let's get into it, people. So, Jim Jones, Dipset Capo, has caused a bit of a storm in terms of the veterans in hip hop. He was on a platform, a social media platform, and he had an interview. And in that interview, names were named, and Jim Jones did not duck all the smoke. Check it out.
Remember, I'm not part of Rockefeller. I was a diplomat wholeheartedly. I wasn't signed to them with nothing. I signed to Koch independently, my own. That was just me.
Right.
I was my own entity, even though I was a quote-unquote so-called diplomat CEO, but I didn't have any paperwork. And at that point, it just, you know, you would think certain people would take care of you better as a partner than the way you got treated.
Yeah. How much does that you still to this day?
I don't care about it. If I was down, maybe I might be swinging in the air like when Ricky died, like that, you heard? Decisions, it was either go to the street or play your position. Yeah, nigga, you a boss and you help put everything together. This whole started in my grandmother's house. Mace, Cam, Bloodshed, all of that shit started out my grandmother's house. Everybody got signed living with me in my grandmother's house, with me, not with them. They was all living with me. This where the whole nucleus and everything started from right then and there. I was able
to be like a teen,
I watched Mace, Cam, and everybody around him.
Wow.
A bitch, like all the time. You heard? Like I was there the whole time, but I was Cam's man. You heard? Cam and Mace were so-called best friends, grew up together, and R.I.P. Huddy. Like I was there for everything. That's one thing that people can't never say, is that I wasn't there for every single thing.
What was your problem with Mace? Like, how did that all happen? Because that was Cam, man, like you said.
Cam enemies were my enemies. Okay. Anybody Cam didn't like, I didn't like. And I already see how he was handling Cam, so I definitely didn't like him. You dig? And then I seen how much love Cam had for him and how Cam was jumping out the window for him, which a friend should. And that, like, being overprotective, making sure nothing happened. Like, he was trying his best to make sure that Mace stayed as safe as possible. But Mace had got that money and lost his motherfucker. As he's supposed to, man. He grew up in a kid that doesn't have what most of us had. And he was probably more or less fortunate than most of us. Didn't have the sneakers, didn't have all that else. So him having the first bit of success out of all of us and really get into a bag, he just went crazy like most people do. Shit, I had my times where I went crazy, but that bag just be too much. But kudos to them, man. They got a dope show. Who am I to hate on what they got going on, man? I hope they make $1 trillion.
What's the crazy you seen Mace do to Cam that was just like, yo, I can't believe it could even get back cool after some.
I won't say nothing crazy, but I say some fun that I seen happen. I seen Mace fire his brother, kick him out the limo in the middle of the highway and shit. Yeah, you heard? So we seen them until it is what it is, you heard?
Keeping it Cam right now. He just did the interview with 50.
50, what you did, so we was having interior problems at Dipset. Nobody knew about this. Nobody knew that we was like not on the same page.
Right.
So when me and you were battling during our music thing, you got members of Dipset to come to your show.
They got nothing else to think about but Capo. I did a lot for them in their life, you heard? Both of them. Pause though, get off of my There's only space on there for baby girl, man.
Cam was like, I thought we could pull it together. Next thing I know, I see Jim performing with
I ain't think nothing, he could pull nothing together. He couldn't do nothing with me, he couldn't tell me nothing.
I still gotta know, like, how did that work, you performing? Like,
they called me like, yo, you wanna come out and perform at the show? Yeah, I got the hottest record, I'm popping out. And I wish would look at me sideways, think they gonna do anything funny. I'm with all of that.
Like, this is like opportunity, I gotta go.
Yeah, I was going there to do nothing genuine at all. I couldn't even dress. But he had a platform for me to perform on in front of thousands of people in New York. Yeah, I'm taking that. I'm popping out. Fashion is all about who you are. Like, it's not everybody be fitting in. The object is to stand out.
When you and Dipset, is it like got all three coming together to do this? Like one person as the leader is like, nah, well, this what we wearing.
I created the aesthetic.
Okay.
For the Diplomats. You heard? Dan and Cam's pink. You heard? He'll tell you.
Nah.
All right. Sooner or later, he gonna have to tell it. Where he got the pink from.
Somebody bring me a shot.
If I'm lying, I'm flying.
Bring me a shot, please.
You can ask Damon, you can ask Cam.
Yeah, fam. Jimmy said that Dipset pretty much started in his grandmother's house. Cam was there, Mace was there, Cam's cousin Bloodshed was there. He's almost kind of saying Dipset's headquarters was at his grandmother's house. We don't know if that's true or not. He spoke about Mace pooping on Cam, talking about Cam in a disparaging way in many occasions back in the day. And Jimmy was so loyal to Cam, any one of Cam's enemies was his enemies. But for me, I can hear that as much as he sounds a bit salty, he also sounds like he still got love for Cam. And maybe a bit for Mace as well. But where I did feel there was a bit of tension, a bit of aggression, a bit more needle to his answers is when the interviewer spoke about 50 Cent. Because if you don't know, Cam has his own show and he had 50 Cent on there a few weeks ago. Cam himself actually brought up the whole Jim Jones going on stage with 50 when 50 and Cam were at the peak of their beef back in like 2005. And for me, when I heard Jimmy talking about it, that laugh was a laugh of somebody that was uncomfortable. He didn't like it. He didn't like that it was brought up by Cam and 50, and he did not like the way they discussed it. And maybe the way they discussed Jimmy. Because it made him kind of look disloyal in a way. Which, if we're real, it wasn't the most loyal move. To go on stage with 50 Cent when your partner, your boy, is in the middle of a rap beef with him. So for me, that Jim Jones giggle sounded like an annoyed man. But Jimmy shot back, and you could tell he was annoyed because he said G-Unit couldn't dress. He only did it because, you know, he had the biggest song at the time in terms of Jimmy, and 50 obviously had a big platform. This is 05. 50 was the biggest thing in hip hop, so he kind of saw it as a chance for his career to blow up even more. Which I don't know if really being on stage at 50 helped him or not. It may have just made people look at Jimmy a bit differently, and it definitely exposed the fact that him and Cameron were having some issues. And in a way, that kind of was the start of the end of Dipset. Even though they had their own internal issues behind the scenes, nobody knew about it until Jimmy jumped on that stage. I mean, where I thought Jones was kind of going off crazy was that he was behind the aesthetics of Dipset, the whole fashion. Maybe he was, but then claiming the pink from Cam, I think Cam's definitely going to react to that. Anyway, after Jim Jones' interview, you'd know 50 was going to react. And of course he did. 50 went and posted the transcript from the Tekashi 6ix9ine situation where, you know, Jim Jones was caught on the phone speaking to another individual about getting Tekashi violated. 50 wrote this: LOL, individual one, calling the shots out here. I know you're working, so please don't say gangster-ish to me, individual one. 50 is alluding that Jim Jones is working for the boys in blue. He's snitching because the whole Treyway thing happened and everybody in Treyway got arrested, got loads of time. But Jim Jones didn't get any. But to be fair to Jimmy, nobody from Treyway ever said that Jim Jones was snitching. But why Jim Jones wasn't actually embroiled in that and got some time, I don't know. He may be just gang affiliated or associated with Treyway. He wasn't really out there putting that work in. 50 also put out the audio as well of Jim Jones talking.
That's a fact. And he just canceled all his shows.
He ain't a gang member no more.
Nah, he ain't nothing.
That's what Shotty needs to make sure he do.
Nah,
we tell her that he's not a gang member no more. He kicked out the whip. He was never a gang member. Shotty need to expose him. Like,
dude, yeah, they got a TMZ. TMZ want to talk on Monday. So Shotty like, you want me, Crippy, I think he said,
you don't need to be on no TMZ. Let Shotty be on TMZ.
I'm not gonna get on it, but he wanted me to tell him what happened, like, cause you know, my lap first. You feel me? So he want.
You don't say nothing. You let Shotty handle that. You don't say nothing.
So don't say nothing.
Nah, Shotty gotta handle that shit. He get on TMZ. He need to talk his talk. He's very, very, very articulate about what he's saying. Why he made people think that he was a gang member. He needs to let them know that he was never a gang member. He was always a money ploy for the gang members. He got to figure it out, but they gonna have to violate Shorty because Shorty on some.
And he put the caption, individual one. Cam is on vacation right now, but you wait till he gets back. You're gonna get it. Oh, Den of Thieves 2 in theaters tomorrow. And you know 50's always gonna promote whatever he's got going on anytime he posts something. But just wait, people. Jim Jones responded. He wasn't having it. He wasn't happy either. He said this: why you keep on lying? Why you keep on lying? I'm going back to sleep. Free mail matrix till it's reversed. But like I said, the internet is gonna always call Jimmy a snitch because that's what the internet does, especially when you're caught saying what he said on a wiretap. But no one from Treyway has actually come out saying that Jimmy actually snitched on them. But just when you thought you had to wait till Monday for Mace and Cam to respond, they put out a little teaser. Just a little teaser. Mace put out a video of Jim Jones pretty much saying that Mace is the one that taught him how to rap. And he said it in multiple different interviews over time. Check it out.
Bro, look at me. Let me tell you something. Hookah, cigarettes, cigars. I'm with all the smoke.
Actually know how to rap. Mace showed me how to rap. Mace actually showed me, he was the first person to show me how to rap. Mace actually sat me down and showed me the magic to rap. And Mace helped me learn how to actually learn how to rap.
Yeah, fam. Pretty damning. It's like we let the games begin. And this was posted on the It Is What It Is page. So this is Cam and Mace responding really. And the caption said this: hookah, cigarettes, cigars, we with all the smoke. The truth shall set you free. We keep all receipts. Hashtag It Is What It Is talk. So he's saying we in the caption. So this is definitely Cam and Mace co-signing this response. We just gotta eagerly await Monday, because you know Cam and Mace are gonna speak about it in more detail than this last post. And guess what? Like you, I'm also looking forward to it. But I just don't see this getting nasty. I think Jimmy, Cam, 50, they're all grown men, got their millions, and Mace, they're all wealthy. It's not gonna go into the street gangs. Nobody's gonna get slapped, popped, locked up. I mean, I think even Jim Jones is promoting one of his songs now. So everyone's just doing this for promo. But it's still interesting, especially if you're a fan of early 2000 hip hop. But you know what? I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Peace and love.